Hello there. I'm Scotty. You're not. And we are back with the Wrestle-A-Thon. Yes, I'm not standing up this time. I'm tired. My feet are killing me from work. It was just me and one other guy today. So, one of the other guy that's supposed to work with us called in. So it was just two of us today. And so I'm kind of tired. I don't want to stand up. I'm going to go grab the case here in a few minutes. But the Marine 5 Battleground was released in 2017. People said that they gave us the Mr. Ross, but no, they were around before because, oh, maybe not. I know they were the social outcasts, but then Heath Slater and them were together as a social outcast, and the draft happened. So maybe the Mr. Ross was after. I don't know. Maybe that's right. Anyway, yes, and this has the most double E people in it ever. You have The Miz, Maurice, sort of, Naomi, sort of, Bo Dallas, Curtis Axel, Heath Slater. That's 6 people in this movie from double E superstars. This is the biggest one ever. Oh my god! And now Jakey, about to make a big mistakey, is back, played by The Miz once again, and he is now a paramedic. And this is what I was talking about. That when I got to this one, I talk about something that bugs me. Is that it feels like Marine 4 and 5 were originally written for maybe a different superstar. They're like, we'll bring someone else in, but I couldn't find anyone for 4. And then by this point, The Miz is, big, so he can come back and do this one. But it still feels like it wasn't written for him. Like, why would he go from being a Marine fighting in his hometown, private security? That makes sense, I guess, but all they did, it seems like there was a different script. Like a Marine movie, but with a different character, and they just wrote in his explanation to what he did in the third one. And here, same thing. He basically just has his partner here. She doesn't last that long. But basically, she gives out exposition explaining what happened in the last two. Basically, you were in private security and now you're here. It's a paramedic. And the plot crunch here is that a couple of guys showed up at this biker bar and they killed the leader of this biker gang. They go on the run, one of them dies, and the other one calls in to the paramedics saying it's a heart attack, but it's not. And now Jake and his partner, whose name I don't remember, they answer the call, and Jake has to protect this guy named Cole. And yes, you have Jake yelling out the name Cole through most of the movie. Cole! Like, Michael Cole! But, yeah. So, yeah. The first scene of this movie is the biker gang. We get introduced to the biker gang. The main that we have to remember are Murphy, played by Naomi. She's not in this that long, but she's one of these ones. Naomi. Ones that, remember. Deacon, played by Curtis Axel. Alonzo, played by Bo Dallas. Crash, played by Heath Slater. And Vincent, who is the older brother of Crash. And the actor, I don't remember his name, but he's an important character you'll see. But we see these two pull up in a truck, and they wait for Rodrigo, their leader, who's played by an actor I've seen in a lot of things, but I don't know the actor's name. I got that deep voice. It kind of reminds you of The Big Show, which is probably confusing people. It's The Big Show. It's not The Big Show. Kind of reminds you of The Big Show. It would remind me of Big Show, like the giant Big Show when he had long hair, like that. But yeah. And the guy in the passenger seat shoots the hell out of him, kills him, but the gang catches them, sees them, and then they drive off to this amusement park. And for some reason, they're able to figure out that's where they went. Let's check the amusement park. Why would you? Okay, sure. Anyway, Jake Carter is back with his new partner. They're paramedics now. And he is rescuing this woman named Anna, played by Maurice. And the one and only time we see her in this movie, I remember when the first time I saw this, I'm like, oh, she's going to be the love interest. He's going to save her, and she'll be the love interest for the movie. And they'll both be in danger or something. No. Somehow, her car has a bunch of bricks on it, and more are going to fall on top of it. So they say, wait for backup. It's one of those cases, though, that if you did wait for backup, it'd be too late. Because Jake goes in, he saves her, sort of, quote unquote, saves her, and brings her back. But she dies of her wounds. She dies of blood loss. And yeah, the Maurice is in this not even 5 minutes. And at this point, Summer Rae's role in Marine 4 was bigger than this, because probably more fulfilling, because at least she got to do stuff. You get one scene with Maurice. And here's the problem. Here is the problem, folks. It was heavily promoted on WWE Raw back when this was coming out, that Maurice was going to be in the movie with Miz and the Social Outcasts. That's what's going to happen. Or, with them. Heath Slater and all them. She's going to be in the movie. She's on the fucking cover with the biker gang. She's going to be involved and she's going to be a part of it. No. One scene. She does not come back at all. One scene and she's dead. That's it. That's it. Right there had a bigger role and he didn't say a word really. Just saying. That's it. So after this, the two respond to a call, so we get the exposition dump for those who don't know about Jake Carter. He was a Marine, he had an incursion in his hometown, or he had an incident in his hometown, not incursion, incident in his hometown, and then he was dabbled in private security, and now he's here. Basically. And so they get the call to the amusement park that's shut down so a little bit, And of course, the on-ramp to get into the parking garage is too small for an ambulance, so they gotta go on foot, because of course they do. The biker gang get there, despite the fact that they were going there before they were? Question mark? I think they were. I don't know. And they see this, and they're like, okay, what's going on? And they're told it's a heart attack, but they find two people. One of them's dead. The passenger guy got shot the hell up on their way out. He's dead. The other guy, Cole, is bleeding profusely throughout the entire film and doesn't die. They explain why, sort of. But, So they get there, the biker gang starts infiltrating the place. A couple of them first, like Alonzo and Deacon and Murphy in there. They start shooting up the place. So they jump in the truck and they drive off and try to get somewhere. But then they don't just drive the truck out. No, they get out on foot and run. And the Miz is dragging Cole more likely throughout the entire film. And this dude is bleeding throughout the entire film and he doesn't die. And again, like I said, they explained it, but Jake has to go get the defibrillator or something to help out. I don't know. He's going to get something. And he's going to get his bag that he needs to help Cole. And he encounters Naomi or Murphy, and he uses the paddles on her, which knock her down, but not out, and she dies in a knife fight. I don't know why the paddles, if you're not under cardiac arrest, they will put you in a cardiac arrest. They will do something to you, but she just falls down. Movie. Anyway, so then, the partner gets kidnapped. And She's handcuffed, and they're like, okay. And so now Jake, and like, okay, you come and get her. And so Jake and Cole are like hiding and stuff, and they explain what happened. He takes the dead guy and says it was him, and he died, and that's it. He's the only one. So they go to leave. And then the dumb bitch makes a mistake of speaking out loud to Jake. Hey, you got a key for this? They hear that and turn back around and start shooting at him. They shoot her. Bo Dallas, or Alonso, shoots her right in the fucking head, killing her. So she's worthless. She's about as useful as Maurice right now. And, yeah. Why would you speak? You know that they're not gone yet. Why would you speak? So Vincent, who's now the new leader of the biker gang, which comes at no surprise when it's revealed later that he's the one behind it. But anyway, because this whole movie is like, we have to figure out what the rival gang is, who the rival gang, who did this. And I didn't remember fully what happened, but I was like, you know, Vincent's now the leader of the gang, and he was second in command now. Because he even says, I'm leader now. I'm like, oh, so you did it. You're behind it all. It's you. We'll get to that later, but yeah. So now it's just Jake and Cole running around the place, trying to hide, trying to survive, while also killing the others. He has an encounter with Deacon, played by Curtis Axel. And yes, he has an axe, and he says, the axe man cometh. But he dies anyway. Yeah. Eventually he gets down to just a few members left. There's a guy named Gunner. There's Cash, Alonso, and Vincent. Gunner is killed, and then we're down to them. And they get a hold of Cole. And eventually they say, Jake tries to, distract them so that Cole can get out using another exit, but Alonso was smart and finds him, right? And Alonso asks him who it was, and just so happens that Vincent and the others are coming up. Vincent and Cash. It was him. It turns out they were cellmates in prison, in jail. And Vincent protected him in jail, and so when he got out, he asked him for a favor. And it was to kill Rodrigo because he said Rodrigo was getting weak, trying to team up with other gangs, and then they should be every gang for themselves, which, no, I think he'd be stronger if there was more gangs involved. That just saying. But anyway, yeah. So Alonso stabs Vincent. Cash is like, no, he's my blood. And then Cash then starts stabbing him. And then I picked pretty good actors to be, like, this guy looks like he could be Heath Slater's older brother. I'm just saying. Eventually, Jake does show up and he kills Cash and some of the other remaining bikers to save Cole, because at one point he is disposed of. They think he's dead. I'm trying to distract him, but he's still alive. He saves the day. And he comes in the... He shows up in the ambulance, despite the fact that it was never to get through. Somehow he was able to go all the way back, get the ambulance, drive it around, and get to them before they killed Cole. Okay? Cole's still bleeding, by the way. Just saying. There is a scene that I skipped in the middle of this where they're in an elevator, and he gives him what he called a combat transfusion. And he says, oh, I vote positive. It's safe. Okay? Is that the universal donor? I don't know. All I can think is, you should really know what his blood type is if you're competitive for... Yeah. I say that because it becomes important later. So they reach this high-rise building that's under construction. Well, lucky there's no one there, but one door is locked with chains, the other one's not locked at all. And they go in and they make their way to the top with Alonzo following swiftly behind. And so they get to the roof and they're fighting. He takes out Jake again in this fight. And you think that, most presume that Jake's dead again. But he shows up, like, Alonzo shows up and starts attacking Cole, and they're going back and forth a little bit. Cole's still bleeding, by the way, just so you know. At one point, Jake calls for backup because they're having a hard time getting signal because Deacon, Chris Axel's character, destroyed the cell tower, but it just, how lucky were they that was specifically the cell tower of the network that The Miz was on? Pretty damn lucky, because cell towers don't work that way. It has to, this just so happens to be the cell tower for the network that The Miz is subscribed to on his phone. So, you're lucky. Anyway, just saying. Miz and Alonzo have a fight, which ends with, he stabs him with a crowbar right in the femoral artery. I remembered it. Femoral artery, says he'll bleed out. And then Alonzo says, well, fix it. Fuck you. Die. I don't care. Then he's like, well, you're a paramedic. It's your job. It's like, what? He just stabbed you. Why would he? No, but he does. He puts a tourniquet on there so that it'll stop bleeding, and immediately Alonzo stabs him in the back. He attacks him, but he throws him off the fucking building onto the ambulance. I can't remember the fucking name of it. Onto the ambulance. And so he's dead, and they get out, and he's like, he tells Cole, hey, you're gonna go back to jail. I gotta tell them what happened, right? Yeah, I know. That means you're going back to jail, right? And he goes, at least I'll get to see my daughter grow up. No, you're gonna be in jail. Murdered someone. You're gonna go to jail for a while. Sure, you probably get a plea and be out in 5 years, but how old's your daughter? If she's 10, she'll be 15 when you get out. If she's 6, she'll be 11. You're going to miss some of her growing up. Not all of it, but some of it. Depending on if they give you a deal or what, sort of thing. Then the movie ends. Not bad. I gotta say, like, The Miz, I've said before, is a good actor, but then even, like, when I first watched this, I saw Bo Dallas, and he's got the bandana in his hair. I'm like, no, there's no way I think Mr. Bo Leave is a badass. But actually, I think he pulls it off. So do the others. Don't last long, but, you got an abundance of characters in this movie. You gotta kill some of them off. At least for some of the biker gang, they get decent screen time. I think Naomi gets the least, followed by Curtis Axel, and then so on and so forth. Like, he goes, Heath Slater. But, yeah, Maurice gets the least when it comes to all-encompassing WWE superstars. But, this was mad. I will actually say it's pretty good. So, what are your thoughts on the Marine 5 Battleground? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We got one more left in the Wrestle-A-Thon, and it's Marine 6. I don't know if we'll get it done today. It's a quarter after 1 o'clock Central Time. I haven't had lunch yet. I got other stuff I want to do. I got stuff to watch. I don't know. I'll try to get it out today. But I'm going to do a ranking of the Marine movies before I do a ranking of the entire Wrestle-A-Thon, all 15. But I'm also going to do the Marine ranking first, so that I have in my mind where they go, so I don't want to add the other ones to it, the other 10. They can fit around, whatever. But, so thank you for watching. I've been Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.